welcome to the Calvary Chapel Salmon podcast. Hagen, how are you doing tonight? This morning.
I'm doing great. Jordan, how are you?
Good. We are joined with
another green wearing person today.
Yes. Are we all wearing green today?
Apparently.
How ironic.
It was kind of planned by my wife, actually. I woke up this morning, or actually last night, and Avery said, Jordan, you better wear green. I'm going to fix this camera right now.
You don't want to see the ceiling?
Actually,
Hi, everyone.
Much better.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, that's good. Whoa. So, Hagen, we just got done with worship night, right?
Yeah.
So, actually, let me introduce. We were done with Riva. Riva, Hagen, we just got done with a worship night. How do you guys think that went?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
It's all dark to us.
yeah, you can't see anything.
Literally not a thing. So it's hard to
Oh.
kind of feel the room out. But I'm guessing it went okay.
Yeah.
How'd it go for you?
It was pretty good. I didn't show up until a little later because me and Sammy went over to do worship for the Awana kids.
You had your own worship night,
We did. Yes, we did. My Lighthouse. I'll Sing Because You Are Good by Bethel and this other song, and it was a good time. Yeah, the kids love My Lighthouse. It's my favorite.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, the worship night was good here. You, Riva, and Avery were up there harmonizing, playing guitar.
Were we? Please.
Yeah, it was really good.
The last song was good.
Yeah, that was my
wow.
favorite part of the last song when it's like, well, they sang their part and then you jumped in, and then it was just like,
Well, good.
ooh. Yeah, it was really good.
Nice.
So what we
Well,
talking
this has been a
about?
podcast we've been waiting for a while.
Has it?
To have Riva on.
Yes.
We've had her name up there on the board behind us for quite some time.
Top of the list,
to get her
actually.
on. One, because it's been stated, Jordan, that maybe we don't enjoy the female perspective because we've only ever had one other female on, which was Caitlin Minor.
Yay.
Yes.
So Riva is number 2.
Yeah,
Wait, actually?
she's the second woman ever
she's
to
not
be
even
on
on
the
that
Calvary
board,
Chapel
yeah.
Salmon
I didn't know that.
podcast.
So kind of a big deal.
Yeah, and
We
that's an
figured-
accusation that's not true, right, Hagen?
Of course not.
No,
But
yeah.
we just thought if
We
we,
have
can't
no
have a woman as
problem.
president, we might as well have one on the podcast.
That's true. Amen. Yes. Is that the main reason? So that's reason number one.
That
She's a
what?
Because I'm a
girl.
woman.
Yeah, that we're having her on because she's a girl. Is there another reason we're having her on?
Well,
or-
she's been around for a while.
Yes.
She predates you.
she does. She's
By quite a bit.
Seniority.
BJ. Yeah, before Jordan.
Yeah, and she's super involved around here at
She
Calvary
is
Chapel
very
Salmon.
involved.
So I'm excited to get to hear her story a little bit and her testimony and how Jesus is using her and what kind of she's thinking for in the future. And I think we're in for a good episode.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, where to start, Riva? Golly.
No
So you grew up in Texas, right?
Yep.
What was it like over there in Texas? Was everything
Hot.
bigger? Hot?
Very, very hot. Honestly, I don't remember a whole lot because I was 7 when we moved here.
Okay.
So just hot.
So when
And
your parents tell you you're moving to Idaho, what's your response?
I cried a lot because they were like, we'll give you a month to say goodbye to your friends. And we spent the entire month packing, so I didn't get to say goodbye to anyone.
Oh, wow.
So it was really sad, actually.
So you've always been dramatic.
Okay, yes. Yes, I can, whatever.
Hey, don't insult our second female guest ever. Don't
wonder why
call
people
her
think you
female
don't like
guest
our
dramatic.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a little rough, but you got here to
And you're
Salmon,
just like,
Idaho.
okay.
Did they move here for work, or why did they come
no,
here?
my uncles always lived up here, and my
Okay.
grandmother was moving, so we were like, let's move with her.
Grandma Vicky?
Yes.
Okay. I like Grandma Vicky. She's
Good.
cool.
We'd have to have her on the pod
I think
sometime.
so,
That'd
yeah.
be fun, huh?
She would actually probably like that.
Yeah. Good.
Good deal.
So you come up here and then you guys get plugged in right away to the church, or?
Actually went to the Baptist church for a while.
Ooh.
We tried out the Baptist church, and I think there was one other church, and then Mom found the little building of Calvary Chapel, and she was like, I really like Pastor Ty, so we stuck around. And
the week
And then he left
after-
pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
yeah, well, actually, he was here for at least, what year did he leave?
2017, I think.
Yeah, because we were there for quite a while with Ty. Because
Okay.
his kids were running the soundboard, and
But then, so his family stayed for about 6 months after he left. So his
Really?
kids and wife were around a little longer. Yeah,
maybe that was it.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting.
that's a hole in the story you've never heard.
I never heard
I didn't
that.
actually know that either.
Yeah. What was Pastor Ty's kids like?
I don't know.
And they might be watching this, so be careful.
I was probably
Joshua, Caleb, Ben, shout out to you.
Okay.
I was probably really annoying, so I don't really know.
Now, what was Riva like? That's a more important question.
Scary.
So I knew her oldest sister Bailey the best because she's in youth group at that time, and
Okay.
I'm doing youth group.
She went to youth group?
Yeah,
I actually didn't know that.
yeah, and she was in our youth group band. I guess she played keys, maybe.
Oh wow.
And
She does
David
do-
played the bass, and I did the
Oh.
guitar, and
You were in youth group, or
no, I was
you were
leading the
youth group? Okay.
Yeah. And then we had Jordan and we had Piper, and I have a lot of interesting stories with Piper, actually. A lot of really cool stories with Piper. That
Sure.
one that really sticks out to me, which is cool. But yeah, do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I do actually.
So this actually almost makes me cry. So when she was in that accident, that car accident, and one of her friends ended up dying, it's a whole long story, but I saw them in the church parking lot, the new church parking lot, like 5 minutes before it happened. I was leaving work and she was there with these friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, hey, Piper. And I joke around like I do. It's like, stay out of trouble. And I get home and I get on Lemhi Live, and it's like, there's been an accident with like teenagers just out the Lemhi back road. And like immediately I think, oh crap, I hope that's not Piper and her friends. And within like 5 minutes, your mom like called or text, and she's like, Piper's been in an accident. So I go to the hospital, and I mean, she hasn't been at the hospital back in the ER that long. And I think your dad was back there, and I was out in the waiting room, and he came out and he said, Piper asked if you were here, and I told her yes, and she wants you back there. And like that really meant a lot to me. Like out of all these people here, she said, like, I want Hagen back there, and I got to go back there and pray with her, and that was super cool.
That's actually going to make me cry.
So,
That's really cute.
Yeah, that meant a lot to me.
Wow. Well, today's not about Bailey though.
That's
Piper.
Piper.
Piper. I mean,
Today's
Piper.
about the Riva,
Yes.
the youngest of the
Yeah, you're the
Christiansens.
youngest.
That's
What's
true.
that like? Not
Kinda
the middle, not the
weird,
oldest,
honestly.
the youngest.
You gotta like watch your older siblings make really stupid decisions and some really good decisions, and it's just
Okay.
kind of interesting to like. It's a life lesson before you're even like graduated. Just because you know what not to do, I guess. if that
What's
makes
the
sense.
biggest thing not to do? You learned from your sisters.
Sneak
Yeah.
around your parents.
Oh, okay. No sneaking around.
No sneaking around, no sneaking out, no sneaking anything.
Okay.
Life
good.
lesson number 1.
Yeah.
Good thing to say on a public podcast.
Yes. No secrets. Good. Okay. So you're here. Your older siblings are doing youth group. Did you do youth group too? You were like the young one in youth group.
I didn't do youth group for a while, and then because Piper didn't want me to go, which is understandable. Because again, I was annoying.
Your lame little sister.
Yeah, something
Gosh.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember when I joined youth group, but I started going because it was like Emily and, like I say, Talon and all them were going. So I was like, I'm gonna
love
be cool and go.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, you weren't here for that.
No, I was here.
We talked about.
Oh, you already talked about it, you mean?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just like I joined, and then we moved youth group over to the big building for a while, and that was
Yeah.
weird. And then we came back, and then I just somehow Jordan quit, and you did it. And now other Jordan's here.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, to clarify, Jordan McComas
Gomez.
Yes.
was doing youth group, and then he quit. Well, not quit. He stopped
Retired.
doing it graciously. And then he picked it up. And then, how long were you doing it?
A while.
It was like
Okay.
a year
At least a year, maybe a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, again, until you came. Wow. And then your first
And I just
Thursday
ruined it.
here, I said, here you go. And I've never looked back.
All I have to
Yeah.
say is he used to let us sit on the couches whenever we wanted to.
Wow.
I did? Wow.
did?
I always thought I had more order.
Order, yes. like you're.
I had more rules, but less order.
The
No,
way that,
no, I think they just like. I think it was just more. There was less kids, and it was just a different set of kids, so it was like easier, and it was like.
oh, Jordan has a troubled group of children. Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes.
No, I'm just saying like it was like 5 or 6 of us, so it's like might as well just sit on the couch because we're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
There you go.
Also, we didn't play games, so that was
I
probably
never
part
did
of it.
games,
We
yeah.
did not do games
No.
Yeah.
for like
Games are fun.
We did.
Although I don't. Recently, I've been. I don't know. I don't know what's the word.
backing off.
Backing off the games.
Do you want to hear a really convicting thing I saw on Instagram?
What?
no.
If you have to tell the kids to invite a friend to youth group, you're doing something wrong.
Really?
Because like they should want to invite. Like, why do you need to tell them to invite? It's like you must be doing
be
something
fun
wrong
enough.
if you have to tell them to invite people.
No, I disagree. Especially with the younger kids. Like I
Okay.
tell the younger kids to invite their friends, and they do, and they
Yeah.
And it's just like they don't think of it like that. So like to tell them, yeah, invite your friends. I think that's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I think as a kid, like, or as a teen, it's just like, even if it's a fun thing, it's not like, oh my gosh, I need to invite my friend to this. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, they
I'm
don't
doing
think
this
like
thing.
that. Yeah.
Well, good.
So I disagree if you're
Instagram's
convicting
wrong.
Hey, I
Instagram
just thought it was
thing.
something interesting.
Yeah.
So, what kind of got you involved with like serving around here? Do you remember?
Yeah, actually, I started doing children's ministry. I did that for like a year, and that was really fun because I remember
Like what age? Do you know? Or whatever.
probably pretty young. Like I was doing it while I did one of the Christmas programs.
Okay.
So
Back when you weren't too cool for those.
yeah, something like that. Probably 12 or 13 at least.
You were 12?
Yeah.
Or 13?
And I got involved downstairs, and then I remember Piper and my dad were doing like the tech booth, and I was like, that seems so cool. But then I also really wanted to do worship, like I've always wanted to. And I just remember like Lee being like, Riva, I need to talk to you. And he sat me down, and I was like, this is my invitation to the worship team. And he was like, I need you to run the tech booth. And I was like, oh, that's okay, I'll do that. And I have done that since then. It's actually really fun. It's like
Has that just been since we've been in the new building or even before that? Do you know?
just the new building.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I started with lyrics, and then
And you've just been doing the tech booth ever since. How many
Yeah.
years has that been?
Oh.
A long time,
ever since
probably.
we had the new building.
Yeah, so like 6 years, 5 years.
Outside of Jeff, she's the most.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were the most
Senior one.
consistent. Yeah, well, seniority,
As
yeah,
far
but
as-
also
yes.
consistency. You do, yeah. You're there every Sunday
Yep.
to do the lyrics, at
Fix
least
problems.
for fix problems.
We'll do live stream now. She does.
Yeah. Got upgraded. Well, I thought it was fun when Tavis was doing it, so I was like, I want to do it, and then Mike taught me, so it was cool.
Yeah. Right on. Well, good.
Yeah.
So you kind of start there, but then you get even more involved in other ways. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking at like the school.
Oh yeah. It was like probably the first year the school started. Maybe it was the first
I
year.
think it was the first year.
And it was probably like halfway through the year, and I was doing homeschool, and I was bored, and I knew that Emily was working there, and I was like, oh, she's a teenager, so I could do it too. And I can't remember if I talked to you or Hannah maybe, and they were like, yeah, sure, you can work there, and then I've been doing it since. So
And that was 2020, so 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I guess you've probably been at the school the longest.
out of all the teachers,
Out of
there,
all our teachers.
including
All
Tim,
the other
I
ones
rank
have
out.
quit.
I outrank
you're
Tim.
the seniority
Yeah.
among tech
Yes.
booth,
You've been
among
there
the teachers.
the longest running time
Really
of that
good for
as
you.
well. So that's nice.
Wow,
through all of it.
Yeah.
we should just have her the leader of this. Well, how about no Tim? Tim's been there long.
Nope,
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been there longer than Tim.
She was hired on before Tim.
Oh.
Probably a school year before.
Yeah.
because were you doing when it was just kindergarten?
It was preschool.
We started with preschool and she was involved
yes,
then.
yes, it's
Yeah.
preschool.
And then we
Okay.
started higher school.
Well,
and
we
me
did,
and
like,
Hannah ran that 1 year. And then I
first through
hired
third.
Tim next to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
rid of that from me.
Is serving the Lord like that, working at school? What are some upsides? What are some downsides to it?
Upsides, it's like definitely one of the most fulfilling things I've done like ever in my life. It's just really cool to watch like the kids honestly just grow up and just like to actually, because I think it helps that I'm closer to their age, because I think I'm more a little bit relatable.
You know, like what Sigma means.
You're not some
and-
boomer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, those kinds of things. But I think it's just like I started off working with kindergarten, and that was really cool because it kind of gave me like an idea of how to teach stuff, because it's like they're little and they're still learning, so you have to be patient, like all that stuff. So that was a big lesson. And then just like these past 2 years, I've gotten to do like a girls class or whatever. Like you get your Jordan hour, I get a Riva hour.
Nice.
And
I
that,
take them to Fizz Factory and Safeway.
they
and
always get mad at me because they're like, Jordan takes us to Fizz Factory. Why won't you? And I'm like, 'cause I can't drive you. But
Yeah.
no, it's like I get to take them. And the first year I was kind of clueless and I didn't know what I was doing. So we just like talked and did stuff. And I would like Google a little lesson like 5 minutes before the class started. But it's been really cool because I think they've like opened up a lot. And now like every day one of them's coming to me and being like, my parents are fighting and I don't know how to deal with it. Or like, I'm really sad about this. Can you like teach me how to do this? Or like, I feel stupid and I feel like that's like who I am. And it's like, you're not. And then one girl came up to me and actually was really sad, but she was like, I'm a mistake. Like it's my mom killed herself and it's my, like, I feel like it's my fault and I'm a mistake. And I was like, it was just like, I felt so unqualified to be like helping her, but it was just like God gave me the words, and I think it was able to really comfort her.
Amen.
But it's just like seeing moments like that where it's like they actually want help and I get to help them because I've been through like divorce and similar stuff. I haven't been divorced.
Yes, that's
Riva.
good clarification. Yes.
Been through like a parent's divorce, and so it's like I can help them with that because there's like second graders in here who parents are divorced and they're like going back and forth between the houses, and it's just hard on them.
Yeah.
And they're finally like they're realizing so young like that's what's being hard on them, and it's just like heartbreaking for me, but it's also just so spiritually fulfilling, if that makes sense, that I get to like help them and do that kind of thing.
And does it help you? Does it help you be able to have more peace about that in your own life, knowing that you can help others?
Oh, 100%.
It's like I had to go through this, but God equipped me so that I could help other people.
It actually kind of made me not like grateful, but almost grateful in a way that it's like I've been through this, and now it's like kind of making sense why I went through it. It's like God was preparing me to do my job and to be able to help these kids and just get close to them and help other people do better. Because I always questioned, I was like, why me, God? Like, this is stupid and my family's falling apart and I hate everything. And it was like he was preparing me for this moment. And so I think that's just been like the biggest realization I've had this year, is just how much impact I get to have on those kids.
Yeah. And do you find I often, when I'm dealing with young people, this, I don't know how to say this without sounding a little weird. Like, I'm grateful for myself in the sense of like, I want to be what I wish I had. Like, I wish I had someone further on in life that I could just be completely chill with and like tell anything and know that they're going to care about me, love me, pray for me, and help me out no matter what. Like, I didn't have that, call it a mentor or whatever, a friend that was just older than me. So I take great value and gratitude and being able to be that to younger guys. Like, did you have someone that was like a girl that you looked up to that could that was involved in your life, or not really?
Not really, no.
Yeah, so now you get to be that, and I love that.
It's really cool. Yeah, no, like there's that quote, like you said, that's just like be the person that you wish you had, like when you were growing up, and it's like I get to be that, and I think I didn't recognize that for a long time. But it's like as the girls and even the boys are coming up to me and like sharing stuff and just asking questions and like those kinds of things, it's just like they look up to me, which is so weird because I don't know why, but it's just I get to help them, and that is probably the best part of any work that I've done here. It's just getting to help them and pour into God. We bought this like identity book that we're going through for girls class this year about like finding your identity in God, and it's like supposed to be for high schoolers, but actually they're understanding it pretty well. But it's just really cool. Like a couple of them broke down crying when we were talking about it, because it was just like they don't know who they are and they're trying to find that, and they're coming here to a Christian school and getting told one thing and then going out to hang out with friends and getting told another. And so it's just like I get to be that solid like source of like I don't know, in their like Jesus in their life. So that's been really cool.
Yeah. So did you if we could rewind to 2019, Riva, did you have a desire in your heart to want to be involved in a school and a teacher one day, or not really? And that just kind of evolved?
I don't think it was ever something I really thought about, but as soon as the opportunity came up, I always wanted to do what everyone else was doing. So I was like,
hey, that's honesty, huh?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, someone else is doing that, I want to do that.
Sure.
And then it's been one of the best parts of my life. Very tiring some days, but one of the best parts.
That's cool. So what do you see in the future? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh boy. I actually haven't figured that out yet.
How old are you?
17.
Riva, you're 17. You need to know what you're going to do with the rest of your life.
Yes.
Everyone keeps saying that.
Kidding.
I definitely want to go to CBI. Actually,
How
when,
original.
Okay. Actually, no. So when Tori Krieger came back from her Bible college in Jackson Hole, I was like, sounds like the most cool experience you could have. Like, she came back and she was just like, she just looked like she was like glowing with Jesus. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then
she met her husband there
she
too.
did meet her.
Yes.
Well, actually, they did like they're not allowed to date in Jackson Hole. Like, it's super strict.
Sure.
And so they were just like talking for the entire summer.
Well, you were
camp
allowed to date in CBI.
Okay. They were just like talking the entire summer camp, and then they got married, so it was cute. Well, they dated first, but
That's good.
no, I looked into that, and I don't even know why I didn't love it, but it was just like didn't like everything that they had going on there. And also it's very outdoorsy, and I'm not super outdoor. Like it was like we're hiking up to caves to do Bible studies. And I was like, I'm not interested in that. And then you came back and you came here, and I was like, what is going on with you?
I think a lot of people wonder that.
What's going on with this guy?
Who is he? Where'd he come from? What's he doing?
No kidding. And then you talked about CBI and you hyped it up so much, and then I looked into it, and then Caitlin got involved with it, and then I like helped her, not like helped her, but like was with her when she was filling out all the applications and going through the like
I
mission
helped her apply.
going through the
Did
mission
ya?
statements and like the little quizzes they give you on like, are you more serving focused or all this stuff. Like I did help her with that part because she was like, I don't know. But no, like doing that, like I just felt like this could be a really cool opportunity. So that's definitely something, but...
And then you got to go there for Caitlin's graduation,
Yes.
so that's kind of cool. You got to see it, tour the place.
I did. I got the
Yes.
official Caitlin tour.
And I realized this the other day because I was thinking about how we're going to go down to California for Thanksgiving. We're going to drive down there, and it's like a 16-hour drive. And it's like, wait, I've driven that drive with Riva. Like me, Riva, and Avery went down there. It's like, that's just kind of like, you don't do that with everyone. You don't drive 16 hours with just anyone. But I remember that. It's like,
What you
wow.
do with this kid,
Yes,
don't ya?
yes. So it's like, that's
Pretty sure
that's a bond that me, you, and Avery have.
Pretty sure I slept 90% of that ride. Actually,
No, you guys were up and at it.
It
Jordan
was
goes,
like-
there's plenty of chatter.
we left really early, and I remember waking up at like
We
6.
left at like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was
And
crazy.
I always forget that like highways are 2 lanes like divided, and so like I woke up and I was like, he's driving on the wrong side of the road, and you were just going 80 and like
Not an
driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna die. This is gonna be the last day. And I was like, oh goodness gracious.
Yeah.
And then we made it.
I just
there
remember going to
safely.
Salt Lake City and stopping at like this gas station and being so done already. And you're only at Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
It's like 5 out. You're only 5 hours in.
It felt forever though.
Yeah.
Not like you.
And then you
guys.
met Avery's parents and Avery's dog.
love
and
Avery's
yes,
parents and their
yes,
dog.
yes. So I just hit
And
that.
then
and
I
said, oh, wow.
tripped going into the graduation. Who reminded me that? Someone.
I don't know, but that's good.
What, did Hagen trip you going in?
No, I was running to see Caitlin, and I was so excited, and the path went
Like
this way.
fell on the ground, right?
Like the path went this way and then this way, and
Oh, no.
I went this way and just like hit in these bars and like face planted
Yeah.
on the ground. And then I was limping.
And the
good thing
desert's not a soft place to land.
No, and Hagen just
Yeah.
made fun of me the entire trip for
Good
it.
thing you're never going back there, right?
Was that the same? I think that was like almost following the weekend that you made that, like you used me as that example. Like Riva's so clumsy, she falls, and some people are
Oh, in
gonna help
Romans
her.
12, I think. Yeah. Yep. Talking about gifts.
That's me.
Yeah.
Dang.
Speaking of gifts, what do you think your gifts are?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Worship. I think you're pretty good at singing and playing guitar.
Promptness.
Oh,
Sure.
that's for sure.
Yeah, you're
I don't
you're
know.
very
That's
prompt.
a
Rule
that's a curse of the
follower.
blood. Oh,
Yeah,
please.
sometimes.
Let's do some exposing.
No, it's okay. Most of the
No.
time.
Like what rules? am I breaking?
Nah, okay. Anyways, yeah, worship. What else would you say?
I don't know. I'm
Well,
good with
techie, right?
Children, techie,
You
yeah.
like that?
Yeah, it's true. You are good at that. Yeah, you never answered the question. We talked about the positives of serving and working at the school and serving the sound booth and all that. Are there any like negatives? Is it kind of stressful? Is it kind of a lot? Or is it
I'm very like I need to know when things are happening and what's happening. And the first like 2 years at the school, it was like nobody knew. And then it was just like, this is really chaotic. And it was very stressful for a while. Same with the sound booth. Like when you're dealing with 24 different people who all have different opinions, it got really crazy.
Yes.
Probably the biggest downside to like working here though is just like it gets tiring after a while. Like I'm exhausted and I always forget that like I need to sometimes take a break too, because I like in order to be able to pour into the kids I have to like take time with God also. And so I forgot that for a while, and that was a big struggle.
Sometimes you can get so busy doing things for Jesus, you forget to just spend time with him.
Actually.
And that's easy when you work at a church
It is
for that
yeah.
to happen. So
Yeah.
It's also really helpful because they're always like they will call you out on anything you do, and they can just like
The kids.
yes, and
Oh,
they can
yeah.
just like tell. And so for a while, I was like really off track from Jesus and everything, and it was like every day I was trying to teach like a Bible
is that when you
class.
wanted to dye your hair?
Oh please,
kidding.
no.
Oh yeah. That's a sure
That
sign.
phase,
That's a
yes.
sure sign. Yeah.
I've dyed my hair like 4 times. It's okay. What was I talking about?
You like teaching a
They're
Bible
calling you out
study,
on
and they're
your-
like,
Oh yeah, like trying to teach a Bible class and knowing that I was so far from Jesus and like I was fully aware of it, but I was just like, I can do what I want. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
and this is my job.
Yeah. And I was like trying to teach a Bible class, and it was, I think I always knew, I was like, I was not teaching well at that point because it was like I had nothing to talk about or to like impart to them because I wasn't actually following Jesus. So I was definitely a big hypocrite for a while. But it's just like being someone else's Jesus teacher makes you like remember how much you need Jesus
Yes,
yourself.
that's
Yeah.
very true. Yeah.
So what are some things in your life that have helped you get like more serious about your walk with Jesus?
Oh boy. Definitely my parents' divorce is probably the first one.
Okay.
Like I think I was still relatively young at the time, but it was
Sure.
just like I need someone because my siblings were like going off the rails, which is understandable. And so I just kind of was like, I need Jesus. And I think I sort of took it serious then. But I think the first time was actually when Caitlin moved here.
Okay.
She was like definitely one of the biggest influences in my life.
So having a friendship with her and then just like having like just legitimately having a real friend that's following Jesus as well, like really impacted you.
Yeah, well, and the thing was at the time I really wasn't following Jesus, and so being around her, I was constantly having to be like, "Yeah, I'm doing so good, and I'm like such a good Christian." Then
I was reading Habakkuk the other day.
but it was just like she was the first person I really ever clicked with here. Like it was so easy. Like everyone else, it was like, "Yeah, we can be friends." Like if we put effort.
You guys
in.
have a lot in common, right? As far as what you can't eat.
Okay, you know what?
oh, that's true. We haven't even
No
touched on
gluten,
that.
no sugar, no fun.
Gluten what now?
Gluten.
Okay.
Gluten.
Actually, she can eat more than I can now.
Sheesh.
Yeah, but no, I just remember.
Not
being,
that it's a competition
No.
or anything. Yeah.
but I just remember being like so far off from
My
Jesus.
allergies are
and
worse
she-
than yours. Yeah, and just having her there.
And she was just like, I think she probably knew like from the moment she met me that I was like somewhere not close to God. And I don't even remember what happened, but I think it was probably, it was after the last summer camp youth group we did.
Like
The one, was I there?
Yeah. Yes. No.
the one when his friends came.
It was the one when
Or-
like that picture you showed me the other day.
Yeah,
that
okay.
one.
The
Okay.
one right before you came.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, Jesus really moved
All
that
the-
one.
all the
Wait.
good
No. It was the one after you came.
Okay, like my friends were there, the tall, dark, handsome one, Zach.
Because
Yeah,
I
Ryan.
remember I
yeah.
got so upset
Describe
at
one.
myself because I was spending the entire weekend.
Keaton, the one with the little weird beard.
Hey,
I'm kidding, Keaton. I love you. Yeah.
I just was spending the entire weekend like trying to hang out with like the cool kids.
Mm.
And
That was
just,
the
like,
time I was referencing for your rebellion.
Yes. Actually,
So is Caitlin at that camp?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, actually I remember this.
Yes,
now.
and
Yeah.
Caitlin was kind of like a leader.
she was. And
Yeah.
so
So
she,
I gave Caitlin this authority, but that kind of made a gap between you guys, kind of.
between me and Caitlin.
Kind of, because you wanted to do these things with this group, and then
No, I
she
think
was like
just
the
'cause she
good.
was genuinely more mature. And,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
had a little bit more sanity to her at the time.
And weren't gonna go break any bridges.
Okay, you know what? That we don't need to talk about that.
Okay, yes.
That was not my fault. That was whatever his faces was.
But so after that,
I just remember coming back and being like, I just spent the entire weekend like ignoring my best friend because I knew I was doing like wrong stuff at a church retreat nonetheless. And I was just like, I felt so horrible. And I went to her and I was like, Caitlin, like, I can't do this anymore. I'm a horrible person. She was like, what a shocker. But no, she was just like so comforting. And she was like, Jesus loves you, which sounds like so redundant, but it's like coming from a person who you can see Jesus in. It's like, he really does like love you and care. And so that was just like my wake up moment, I guess.
okay.
And then we've had some interesting times since then, but that was definitely my big like I need Jesus moment for sure.
That's cool.
And where I actually was like, I am not just doing this because it's like what I've always done. It's like I actually started reading my Bible and like actually trying to, get close to God, and that was really cool.
Nice.
Cool. How about going? You went with us to Mexico. How about that experience?
That was also really cool. Like, because I knew that like leading up to it.
Is that your first time you ever gone on a mission trip like that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Actually, though, not about that. But just like Mexico
Okay.
itself. The month before it, I was so focused on like some other stuff that I like definitely put God on the back burner. And so when we got to Mexico, I think I was still probably focused on that stuff and like really just like always thinking about it, always stressed out, and just always like that kind of thing. And I think by the time we like,
I'm sorry, I'm just starting to piece things together, but keep going. Yeah.
and so I think like halfway through the trip, I was like, this is not about this other stuff that's going on. This is about being able to pour out. And so that was definitely another like, stop stressing about everything else that's happening and actually take this time and focus on God. Then I came back and everything was kind of crazy for a while. And that actually pushed me really close to God.
Hey, it's interesting, the turmoil and the heartache in our life that God uses to get us to him. He'll use all things for his good. And sometimes he takes away, or not even that he takes away, but sometimes those things that we put so much value in get taken away or just stop existing. And it really,
leaves almost like a
Get you back
void
to
for a
him.
minute. And then I spent most of the summer, I loved doing like Bible studies at the river. And I was just like, I don't understand why this stuff got like taken away and why these things are happening.
Sure.
But I was like, you are still good. And I think that was the biggest lesson I learned, is that no matter what happens, God's still good to me. And so that was really cool.
Yeah. So how did you get started being involved with worship on Wednesday nights?
It's actually kind of a weird story. I used to be like Jordan. I used to just walk around the church singing all the time.
Yes.
And I remember, no. Like I auditioned at one point because I was like, Lee, I want to be on the worship team. And he was like, okay, you can do an audition. And I picked like, I don't even know what song, but I like pulled out the microphones at the church, set everything up. And then he came in and listened and he goes, you're still really pitchy. Come back to me in a little while. And so I was like,
wow.
I mean, he's honest. I'll give him that. He said it really nicely though. But I was just like so disappointed. And I think it's probably at least like 2 years later, he comes up to me and he goes, so was that you I heard singing in the church bathroom the other day? I was like, probably. And he was like he gave me the time and everything. And I was like, that was definitely me. He goes, do you want to do worship with us? Oh yeah, because Caitlin had started doing it. And so he was like, you like need your friend Caitlin, so I think you could start doing it with us.
Were you doing it at youth group or no? Do you know, singing?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Youth group is honestly, now youth group is probably more stressful than Wednesday nights are.
No.
Really?
Teenagers scare me a lot more than adults, especially because it's
That's
dark
fair.
in the like Wednesday nights, so you can't see anyone. So it's like just zone out. You're singing to a
Is
wall.
it hard with your peers?
I can see that being
Especially
hard.
where there's moments where you can just like, you mess up and they just make like the stupidest face. And it's like, okay, come up here and sing yourself.
They don't
like,
notice. They barely.
They always
Some-
look stupid. They're
some,
teenagers.
Yeah,
some
exactly.
people do. But yeah, no, it's
Sure.
really scary actually sometimes.
But do you think the youth group kind of prepared you for Wednesday nights, and Wednesday nights helps you with youth group, like the kind of, or is it just too much? Or
It was a lot for a while, but to be fair, for like the first probably 3 months of Wednesday nights, I did not sing into the microphone. Like you could not get me near that.
We seem to got over that.
yeah, there definitely seems to be a confidence boost, which is good.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some more.
Oh, thank
feel
you.
that?
Oh, confidence
That's
boost.
confidence.
Oh wow,
thank you.
It's in your arm now.
that's great.
Now I can use it to play guitar.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I think CBI will help with that because then you'll be able to do the worship team there. And
So when Caitlin's doing worship on Wednesday night, Avery's doing it as well, or?
She wasn't here at that point.
yeah,
Okay, I thought Caitlin came after them, but no.
No.
Maybe just right around them a little
Caitlin
earlier.
came.
well, I was here, but then Avery
he was
came.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
like,
and
Avery
Avery,
came a year
didn't
later.
come together. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you lived with me for a year.
Yes,
What am I
true.
thinking? We got to do a whole podcast on my roommates one day.
You guys had some wild
well, we should just have
stories.
every single roommate.
That'd be a fun.
Josh, Taylor, me, Chase,
session.
Cameron.
that'd be interesting.
All 5 of us. We'll all be on one side. You'll
The
be
other
on one
Josh.
side. Oh my
Josh
gosh,
John.
you're right. Yeah, Josh John. We'll get all 6. We'll all 6 to share a mic, and you'll just ask us questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most important thing to me?
The dishes.
No.
What
It's
is it?
Loyalty.
Amen.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
He says it all the time.
You
Yeah.
talk about your dishes a lot.
Well,
actually.
He does talk about
So-
his issues a lot. Yeah. But tell me about your relationship with my wife. When did she come? Because you guys are pretty tight, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
When did she
You
come?
go to the gym with her every morning.
Yep.
Most
that's
mornings,
fun
yeah.
When I don't sleep in. I don't even know, because I think she came here and she joined youth group,
As a leader, yes.
As a leader.
She's out of high school.
Who'd you marry?
She is my
She
age.
is an adult.
Yes, she's an adult. Yes.
But I think
She
it was-
didn't join you.
I was gonna say I was the only girl there, but no, that was the time we actually had other girls there.
Yes, there was a Well, youth group now is sometimes.
It is kind of male dominated.
Yeah.
It is me and
But
Avery.
Which
we have Riley and
As of
there's
like
some
3
girls.
weeks ago.
Yes.
So there's a
Haley.
Haley sometimes. Yeah, she's pretty young.
Yeah. And her sister.
Lily.
Liliana.
Thank you.
Come on, Hagen. So yeah, okay, good.
I don't even remember like how. I think probably Caitlin was more not outgoing because I was probably very like crazy outgoing, but I think she probably just started talking to Avery, and so I did, and then she joined the worship team, and so that really helped because when Caitlin left, we started practicing together, and I was always like, she hates me. I'm such like a weird kid, and then it was like, oh yeah, we're friends now. This is fun.
There you go. Yeah.
So
Well, I think that's cool because Caitlin left right to CBI, and so God brought you my wife.
yes.
So yeah, you would always have.
What's
someone-
your little saying about like friends serving Jesus? Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe something from C.S. Lewis.
Oh,
do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes. Yeah, friendships are always so like when you go back to your love thing, like 1 Corinthians 13, like the different kinds of love. Like there's the eros love, and that's two people looking at each other. Like the love is focused on each other. But then there's like I think it's phileo, friendship love, and that love's towards a goal. That love's towards a common goal. Like two people are friends about like football. Like the friendship's based around football. And you take football out, well, they're not friends because they don't have anything based upon. But when the goal is Jesus, you can be friends and you can both walk towards Jesus and focus on him. And that's stronger than football because it never changes and never goes away. And you can always grow no matter how far you are away.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
So your friendships can be stronger when they're focused on Jesus because you're not focused on each other in a weird way. And you're not focused on something that will. Yeah. It's like if you're friends or you're just friends because you go to the same high school with someone and you leave high school, you're not going to be friends anymore. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was definitely like, especially again with Caitlin, she was like, we clicked, and then it was like we spent the entire time she was here just like trying to push each other closer to Jesus, and it was like she was the one person I was so comfortable being like very real with. It's like she probably knows more about me than anyone else. Like just. I was like, I'm a terrible person, and she was like, I still love you, God still loves you, and then she would like help me through it and like push me closer to him. And that was cool. And then I started sharing that kind of stuff with Avery, and she's done the same thing. We've done like little coffee dates and stuff and little Bible studies. So that's been really cool.
You played Just Dance.
You and I need a burger date, Jordan.
Me and you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the bowling alley.
You don't want to
We don't hang out too much
pumpkin
anymore,
spice
Hagen.
latte?
We just work together and
Yeah,
see
I
each other
never
every
see you.
Sunday.
Do
And
young
once
adults do?
Well, we
youth
have a
group,
date
do-
that we're going on for your birthday, right? That we haven't told about people yet.
Oh wow! Yeah, that'll be.
We told some people. I told my chapel class about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us about it.
Ooh, sorry.
You love
My
six-
other
you like
chapel
six,
class.
You like 6 hour more. We knew it.
No,
Yes,
no.
You take
Oh,
them
I
to
told
Fizz
my
Factory.
might have been my Bible class because I was talking about So, and can I tell them?
Sure.
So, me and Hagen.
Break
are,
the news.
Me and Hagen are thinking about getting like dove tattoos right here.
Oh,
And
Like
you
a
did
Calvary
tell us.
dove?
You're right.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't realize it was for Hagen's birthday.
Yeah, well, yeah, because this is kind of his idea, but then he kind of dropped it, and I was watching Yellowstone and like the whole branding thing, and Yellowstone's not a good show, and I don't even like it.
You really
But
don't.
my wife was just watching this one part, and it's like the brand is like, yeah, we're part of this club, we're part of this not gang. And it's-
Almost though. Huh?
Yeah, and like the one part that you mentioned that I really like, it's like they would like they brand this guy who's honestly like a loser, but like they defended him, and the guy's like, why are we even defending him? He's like, well, he has the brand, and the brand's not something you earn; it's something you live up to.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's like,
It's actually
oh,
kinda cool.
yeah, it's curious. Like, oh, I don't deserve to be a Calvary Chapel pastor, but you like live up to it.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But I brought it up for my Bible class because we were talking about circumcision, the sign of the covenant. And it's
Okay.
just like, well, this is an outward sign that you belong to Jesus. And honestly, tattoos for some people can be like that, where it's
Sure.
like the sign on my body that I belong to Jesus.
Yeah.
And so not all, yeah. So tattoos can have that positive sense.
So my birthday's in 2 months. So you guys have 2 months to talk me out of getting a tattoo, but probably not.
Yes. Please. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah. I'm committed. It's gonna hurt though.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here's gonna hurt.
Jordan's biggest concern. He goes, I think they're gonna have to shave my chest. And I go, yeah, I think they will.
Well, I've never done
He's
that
like, I've
before.
never done that. It's like, it'll grow back. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
It's like No Shave November, but
Yeah.
That's right.
I remember when my brother shaved his chest, and I was like, ugh. It's kind of like a weird thing. But yeah, I guess I'll be like him now.
Well, good. Well, what else, Riva?
I don't know.
Are you
Anything
happy
else
with the
you wanna tell
results of
us?
the election, Riva?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stayed
You're,
up all night watching.
you're pretty. You're very smart, and you're
Some
very
days.
into like this like politics and like history. You do like that homeschool thing, like the
Okay.
classical conversation.
Uh-huh.
So like you're very into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, actually, I miss most of like fun history stuff. They all have these little songs and stuff, and I missed out. But
Yeah.
no,
But like
I'm-
you're a big reader too. Like you always have a book back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's gonna like affect like what you want to do in the future? Like, can you see yourself being a teacher with all that kind of stuff? Or
I think I've always wanted to be like a history professor, like at college.
okay, yeah,
But a lot of the colleges nowadays, I would definitely not. And it's you have to do like so much teaching school and then
Yeah.
like understudying, and it's just like so much work to get paid like $5 an hour.
well, it depends on the state or where you go. You can get paid pretty good some places.
Jordan goes, my dad's a professor.
Yeah, you can. Well, yeah, my dad does have 6 or 7 kids or whatever. Yes, seven. Yeah, yeah. So you can make money,
Yeah, like that's always been fun, but it's more.
and then you get a rich husband.
That's always been a
There you go, rich
consideration,
husband, and then you
actually.
teach and have fun.
And
Yeah.
age is just a number.
Oh, I guess so.
If he's rich, if he's not rich. it's
Oh,
definitely not a
yeah,
number.
yeah.
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 But no, or just like the tech stuff. I do really like that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe something
work
in
in
like coding or
IT.
something.
Did you try restarting your computer?
You tried restarting your system?
No,
Yes, I
like that.
tried restarting my
the
system.
first
That's
thing I
not a
tried.
problem.
Yes, that's usually half of it. Wow.
Well, Riva, I'm glad we got this podcast done. I thought we talked very well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I
good.
think we flowed really good, and it was
Maybe
good
we'll
hearing
have
more
you on
about
as a
you.
permanent guest.
Maybe we'll have you on sometime again in the future. We'll
Yeah.
see. But
Yeah.
it was good, and yeah, I'm super proud of you, and I'm glad that
Aw.
you're a part of this church. And
Don't cry, Riva.
that
That's
you-
okay.
Crying is
been
scary.
virtually my longest running employee outside of
That's
Lee.
crazy.
And it's just super cool, and excited for your future, and hope that you keep serving Jesus, and glad that you get to make a difference in the life of kids. That's something we have in common. All of us at this table
Yes.
share that passion. So
Yes. And I'm more proud of you, Riva.
Oh, not that.
And
This is
it's going to be
competition.
weird when you leave youth group and go off to CBI or whatever. It's not going to be the same because you've been a staple. You're yeah. Every Thursday, it's like, oh, Riva's here.
Hate missing anything. That's
Well,
like
hey,
my biggest
it's
fear.
good.
do you have FOMO?
No, yes.
Okay.
100%.
I do too.
Well, I appreciate the
Fear of
consis-
missing
the
out. That's
consistency.
FOMO. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm filling people in on
Oh
the
yeah.
acronyms.
Some people don't know what that
Fear
means.
of missing out.
Should I also
Gotta be
explain
there.
Sigma because I mentioned that
No,
earlier?
no.
No, I shouldn't.
Don't need
Okay.
to. I also hate being late to things, so I will show up like an hour early.
Hey,
so
that's good.
nice.
I agree.
That's a good
Except
problem
for
to
young
have.
adults, that's the only thing I love being late for. I don't know why.
Gotta make your entrance.
It's okay. Yeah. Well, if you watch this and you're a young adult, you should come to our young adult get together.
Yeah, except this will be aired after that.
Oh, you're
happens,
right.
So
Dang it.
the beauty of technology.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night.
See ya.
See you later. Bye bye.